Right on. Right on. That was tremendous. Bleachers joining us in the CD 102.5 Big Room. Side A headliners. Side A later on tonight. Again, tickets long gone. Hope that you were able to pick some up. You had mentioned you were in Europe a little earlier this month. How often do you get to go home? Do you like to go home, or do you just...
Yeah, going home's cool. It's great. It's you when you're on tour. Sometimes you miss home, and you're home. Sometimes you miss tour. I think it's good to have. You always wanting to, not in a bad way, but always wanting to be somewhere else. Like, it kind of propels you. It pushes you.
You're also one of the, and I won't call it few, but I think there's a limited number of artists who love to write while they're on the road. Some, you know, when they're out touring, they're out doing their thing, they don't even want to think about new music. You seem the complete opposite of that.
That's only recent for me. That's actually just started when I made the Bleachers album. Before that, I would go on tour, and like the part of my brain that would write would just kind of like die, and I never knew why. Probably just scheduling, and then somewhere along the past 2-3 years, something shifted. I don't really know why, but I haven't really questioned it, and I've just sort of, if you're in a good writing space, you just write, and you don't think too much. And
a good writing space could be a North Carolina hotel room where you come up with covers of Beatles songs, and
yeah, that was fun.
that was I saw that a couple days ago and got to listen to that. That was there was a Dear Prudence cover. That was phenomenal. It was great.
Neat to just try stuff, and I also feel like nowadays there's always so much care put into how everything's released, and everything is such a plan and an idea of a rollout, even if the rollout is meant to seem like a discovery thing. So it's nice within the landscape of that to also just throw music out there sometimes.
Yeah. I want to ask you about your, and stick with me on this, your refrigerator repairman, because we know him as Bill Nye, a.k.a. the science guy, who I grew up with and was awesome. And then all of a sudden, a few weeks ago, or maybe a little bit longer than that, you and him are talking about roller coasters. He's walking around. He's fixing your refrigerator.
Yeah, he's really an interesting guy. He came over, and we talked a lot about relationships and life. And, you know, science is more emotional than it gets credit for, you know, because a lot of our emotions are science. So it's sort of interesting to have it laid out that way. And the song Rollercoaster is kind of all about being pulled out of your body by someone emotionally. And there's a lot of science there, you know, about what happens chemically and where the things go and shift. And he sort of explained that, but the whole thing devolved into him fixing my fridge.
You just told him, like, hey, before you go, the door squeaks.
No, he was, he was, we were having water, and he wanted ice, and ice couldn't be made because the fridge wasn't working.
Huh.
And so at first I thought it was like a bit of him being like, I'm gonna work on the fridge, but then like 45 minutes later he was like, I got it, like I fixed the Frigidaire, you know. And it was weird.
No trips to like Home Depot or anything, just
no. And the best part is that I texted my girlfriend who I live with, and I was like, guess what, the fridge is fixed. And she was like, great. And I was like, and Bill Nye fixed it.
Burying the lead on that
one. I was
one.
just like, okay, you know, because it's just bizarre. I guess it makes sense, but you don't immediately associate science with fixing a fridge.
No, and I think there's something to be said too about science and emotions.
Yeah,
it makes total sense when I hear you say it, but I guess in the past
George
I've never
Clooney
really...
putting a new coat of paint. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, yeah, paint, fridge, emotions, roller
Don
coasters.
Johnson came over and re-lacquered the whatever. Raven Simone came over.
We are so happy to have you here this afternoon. We knew we were going to get the big room, but we didn't know that we would also get some comedy. And it's been great.
Most musicians that I know are idolize comedians because of the way they get to tour. So like when we tour, it was bus and trailer and all this stuff, and just to go one place is such a big thing. There's so much equipment. Like I was reading the Steve Martin book. He like performed at Madison Square Garden in a car with him and his tour manager. It's amazing. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But
was that early on days for him?
Yeah, but I'm sure.
Or like 2 years ago.
Like I have some friends who are comedians too, and they just like kind of roll around the country and do shows, and they just need their body, like to perform. It's amazing.
And you're multi-talented as well.
Yeah.
And we're happy to. We're again so thrilled to have you headlining Side A tonight. You do have one more song for us in the big room this afternoon, right?
Yeah, I got to tune this thing really quickly. Can you fill like 5 seconds for me?
1 to. No, we do. We've got a great night. This is the filler, by the way. While you tune, we've got Bleachers, we've got Ruin Brothers, who are going to be stopping by the big room later on this afternoon. Tune in around 3:30 for that. Meg Myers, Big Data, William the Account, the local band. It's been way more than 5 seconds, by the way.
I know, right? I want it to be perfect for you guys.
But no, we really
Why is
are.
Columbus
We're
such a
glad
great music town? What is it like? What? Because I think that every time I come here, I've played tons of shows at the Basement. And then LC, and it's just like,
Yeah.
there's a couple towns in the country that are just known to be crazy.
And we're one of them. Part of it is you tell them to applaud like you did earlier, and they'll do it. You guys, give it up for Bleachers. See? They're so thrilled. They're so thrilled to have such great acts stop by. That's what it is. Great groups come to Columbus. We get happy.
Enjoy it.
It's science. Have Bill Nye explain it to
He left me a lot of things, but he didn't leave his phone number, so.
you. Shame on him.